Hi, this is Eric Papp, and today we're talking about the project filter. Having a process, a way that you can organize and clarify your thinking so you can get clarity on your project, on an idea before you execute. Because the problem that most organizations are running into today is the undisciplined pursuit of more. And so then what's happening is people are then tasked with more than they can successfully execute. So the quote here, your capacity to think of new projects, new ideas, and ever expanding to-do list will always exceed your ability to execute successfully. Let me say that again. Your capacity to think of new projects, to take on new things, will always exceed your ability to execute successfully. And what happens is then we have a lot of half-built bridges, or we're trying to move 100 projects an inch rather than 3 projects a mile. A great story of this before we get into the project filter is Apple. This was Business Week, the fall of American icon. It says here, February 5th, 1996, Steve Jobs is brought back into Apple. They're doing way too much, way too many projects. They're Apple's scanners, printers. They've got 17 different types of desktop computers. And Steve Jobs comes back and condenses it down into about 10. So we have to figure out what projects are we going to say yes to? What projects are we going to say no to? So I want you to download this. You can have this on your computer, or you can print this out and fill it out as we go along. You can put this to a project that you're thinking about saying yes to, you're thinking about committing to, or not. And so I'm going to go through it. I'm going to give an example. And then as I'm going through this example, you can fill yours out. And here we go. Oh, before we get started, this is a great way to get clarity and to figure out what is it that you want, the importance of it, why do you want it, and to sell yourself before you then go to a meeting and talk about it to other people. So really get clear on what you want, why you want it, sell it to yourself first before you can sell it to others. So it's a great way to put this together, spend 20 minutes, and then you can send this off to someone. So here's an example of one that I just did. Let's say you want to implement a new CRM system, a customer relationship management system. You're currently using Confusionsoft and you want to switch to something that your first question is, what result do you want to achieve? Well, we want to have an all-in-one, easy to use system, okay, for emails, calls, notes, activity tracker, and snail mail. These are for sales professionals, mostly use the CRM. Okay, what does success look like? Well, it'd be easy to learn. It's going to be user-friendly, a lot more so than our current CRM. Similar price point to the current CRM. If it's a little bit higher, that's okay, but in that ballpark. And obviously, we want it to help us close more sales, be more efficient. Okay, what difference will this project make? Well, people will stop complaining about the CRM. It'll reduce the number of deals that slip through the cracks, better tracking of activities and forecasting of sales. Okay, what are some estimated ROI benefits, return on investment? Well, if it's going to reduce frustration, help us increase effectiveness, save us time. Okay, great. How committed are you to the success of the project? I'm very committed. I'm a 9. Who will manage this project? That's me. I'm John, the national sales director. Okay, and I'm pitching this. I'm going to go take this to the CEO. All right. What do I need to stop doing? Well, I need to pause some of the hiring of the new sales reps and really get more of this foundational piece figured out before we bring in new folks, because there's a lot of things that we're not tracking activity. And so we really want to get this honed in before we do that. So I'm going to pause that current project or what I'm currently doing. So then therefore I can take this on. Okay. What's my next step is I want to share this in a meeting on Tuesday with my CEO. So yes, I'm going to take action. Okay. This was just a very quick example of this, but the idea here is that you gain clarity around your project. It helps you organize and clarify your thinking, and you ask yourself, okay, who's involved in this? How can I accomplish this? What's going to be accomplished? What's my ideal outcome look like? Why am I doing this? What's the purpose of this? So gathering that and thinking about that, writing that down, and then sharing that. So remember, the first sale is to yourself of whether you want to take on a project or not, and then you can then share that with other people and see who can support this and all of that. So that's the idea of that. Another one of my favorite quotes here is, half the troubles of life can be traced to saying yes too quickly and not saying no soon enough. And a lot of times business owners, VPs, directors are execution happy, where they don't take the time to stop and actually think and to run their ideas through a project filter. So take 25 minutes, run your idea through a project filter. You now have it. You can type it up. I like to print it out and write it. And that way, then you'll have a better idea of whether this is something that you want to pursue or something that you want to have the self-discipline to say, no, not right now. My name is Eric Papp, and I hope this video serves you and impacts you for the best. All the best.